Clark gets hurt, and guess what? Your demand vanishes because people ain't going to pay up to see these athletes that are ungrateful that their sport's growing.
When Caitlin Clark's injury sent the WNBA All-Star Game into a financial death spiral, it was the sentiment of innumerable fans. However, what if I told you that the initial shockwave was a multi-million-dollar disaster? It's not the conclusion of the narrative. Actually, that's where the true story starts. Because a far larger, riskier story was developing in the background as the entire sports world was preoccupied with the mayhem in Indianapolis. The Clark tragedy has had the actual effect of aggressively luring WNBA players to European competitions, and it appears that this is the start of a full-scale exodus. The league office is hoping you don't hear the one story we're connecting the dots on today. How the WNBA is using its instability as leverage to entice its top players elsewhere in exchange for greater compensation and recognition. Please hit the like button if you want to know the true story behind the headlines. It helps us separate the noise for you and lets us know we're headed in the right direction. Alright, let's establish the scene because you must first comprehend the scope of the catastrophe that recently revealed the league's true fragility in order to comprehend why players are searching for a way out. This wasn't simply a few fans having second thoughts. Without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA as a product saw a financial vote of no confidence, resulting in a market collapse. The figures are astounding. The game's admission fee fell 48% as soon as Clark formally said she needed to take a break and was leaving the All-Star festivities, going from $121 to only $64 in a few hours. Consider that. These were tickets that had previously sold for $262, the highest average sale price in WNBA All-Star history. Teams were suddenly unable to reveal them. A significant portion of the $10 million economic impact that the weekend was supposed to have had on the city of Indianapolis disappeared overnight. The league unintentionally structured its whole growth plan around a single point of failure, as this incident demonstrated in the most severe financial terms imaginable. Additionally, that one point of failure is currently hurt, overworked, and beginning to malfunction. And that's the blood in the water, my friends, with opportunistic predators hovering from the other side of the Atlantic. To be clear though, this is not merely a financial story. The question is, why did the money disappear? It disappeared as a result of the Golden Goose, the league's most valuable asset, being run into the ground. At this point, all of the other WNBA players begin to pay really careful attention. This isn't a straightforward accident. Caitlin Clark has already missed 11 games this season because of 4 different muscle problems, according to the deep search file. There were 4 of them. This is the same player that, as is well known, did not miss a single game during her 2024 rookie season or her whole collegiate career at Iowa. She was a woman of iron. What changed then?
They're seeing firsthand what Caitlin Clark is worth to this league, especially to the all.
Fans and analysts alike are blaming the Indiana Fever's organization in the story that is circulating on social media. Many people believe that the team's injury management procedures and medical staff are woefully inadequate, particularly in comparison to NBA standards. Someone who has the ball in her hands as much as Caitlin, the physicality that she's experiencing for 40 minutes, it causes you to load differently, explode differently, accelerate and decelerate differently, said Stephanie White, Clark's own coach, who has also spoken out about the player's unusual physical toll. Other players take notice when the most valuable player in the league goes from unbeatable to prone to injuries in less than a season. They observe a system that did not safeguard its most valuable resource. And they begin by asking themselves a pretty basic query. What's stopping it from occurring to me if they'll allow it to happen to her? And the worldwide predators have been waiting for this exact moment of panic and crisis of confidence. Now, we're going to make some connections that will lead us into the realm of rumors, but this is the main plot point and is being reported by reliable industry sources. There is a shocking report in the deep search file. According to reports, European basketball organizations are now directly recruiting American players by pointing to the WNBA's instability and these exact injury management problems. They are poaching actively. They observed the Clark tragedy as it happened. They are taking action after observing the player's dissatisfaction. Since the European sales pitch is a devastatingly successful 1-2 punch, let's examine what it truly sounds like. They start by focusing on the obvious, the money. Although it's not always the case, reports indicate that bids from elite European leagues occasionally surpass WNBA pay. A larger salary is an easy method to attract athletes who feel underappreciated and underpaid at home, an issue we'll discuss shortly. It's the hook. Their agent answers the phone for that purpose. It's not the decisive blow, though. Money has nothing to do with the actual knockout blow, which is the portion of the pitch that is currently landing with horrifying accuracy. It's the promise of everything the WNBA isn't offering right now: stability, career security, and professional respect. The source documents are clear. American players are being offered greater professional treatment and job security by European leagues. Consider it from the viewpoint of the player. You just witnessed the biggest star in the league undergo physical therapy. You've seen the headlines and the discussions on social media that cast doubt on the caliber of the medical personnel on her team. The league itself seems frail and disorganized.
WNBA, pay attention. Pay attention. We saw the viewership drop. Ticket sales dropping. Attendance dropping.
And in the midst of all that uncertainty, a call from a Spanish league of Femenina or Euro League squad arrives. Peace of mind is what they're providing you, not just a contract. They guarantee top-notch medical treatment and professional standards that will safeguard your health and advance your career. Stability and skilled medical supervision are nearly seductive when your own league's economic philosophy seems to be to run our stars into the ground and hope for the best. They are transforming the WNBA's biggest flaw into their own advantage. And with its own internal strife, the league is currently adding petrol to that fire. The complete disarray surrounding the league's collective bargaining agreement, or CBA, provides that fuel. The tale becomes particularly unpleasant at this point since it involves more than just one team's poor management. The timing could not have been greater for this league-wide breakdown of confidence between the players and the front office. The talks are degenerating into a public spat, and the existing CBA is scheduled to expire on October 31, 2025. The players sent a strong, united message at the same All-Star game that was going bankrupt. They wore black shirts with a bright white message as they warmed up on the court. "Give us the money you owe us." This was no small clue. It was a disrespectful public statement. The union's leadership is echoing that frustration. One of the greatest names in the league, WNBA Vice President Breanna Stewart, bluntly referred to a recent CBA meeting as a lost chance. "We won't stop until we got what we want," said Angel Ree, who was even more direct.
Know why tickets prices dropped? Because people quit buying the damn tickets. People was asking for refunds for the damn tickets. So you want to know what they had to do? Damn near give them away, bro.
Thus, on the one hand, the players are united in their rage and sense of deep contempt. Conversely, Commissioner Kathy Angelbert has informed the media that talks are fruitful and helpful. European recruiters are sowing their seeds in the rich ground that exists between the players' reality and the commissioner's rhetoric. Their entire sales pitch is validated by it. Why fight for respect from a league that doesn't get it when we are waiting to give it to you right now? They would ask a player. Role players seeking a larger deal are no longer the only ones at risk. The biggest names in the league may be impacted by the possible domino effect that this is producing. In the WNBA off-season, a number of elite American players, including past MVPs, have played abroad. Now, the existential fear is that the poisonous atmosphere at home might persuade them to stay away. The prospect of being the undeniable star of a European squad must be very alluring when you witness your own league disregarding outstanding players like A.A. Wilson in favor of a sole fixation with Clark. And the WNBA would suffer greatly if that domino fell and a player of that caliber chose to permanently quit. This goes beyond simply losing a single player. It concerns how the league is viewed globally as a whole. This is very obvious from the source files. The competitive quality and marketability of the WNBA would be severely damaged by a successful European poaching strategy. Consider it. Top talent leaves the league. In-court's product is negatively impacted. As viewership continues to drop, sponsors begin to withdraw. As multinational organizations make significant investments in marketing and broadcast infrastructure to establish themselves as genuine rivals, those same players are now elevating a rival league. The WNBA's competitors directly benefit from every star it loses. As a result, the league has become a hollowed-out version of itself and no longer holds the title of being the world's premier destination for women's basketball. The illness wasn't caused by the Caitlin Clark All-Star catastrophe. The WNBA's serious internal problems were made public by the public frenzy. A toxic, strained relationship with its own union, an irresponsible reliance on a single player, and an increasing crisis of trust in player health and safety. The league is currently engaged in a last-ditch effort to beat time. It must address these core issues from inside while preventing an external existential threat. Poaching has already started. There is no longer any chance of the exodus. It is an evolving reality. And time is running out. I am now entrusting you, the story analyzers, with the probe. Share your thoughts with me in the comments section below. Is the WNBA experiencing an existential crisis as a result of this European threat? Or is the Players' Union simply using this as a cunning negotiating ploy to increase their bargaining power during the CBA negotiations? Share your theory with me. Additionally, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications if you want to remain up to date on this story and other storylines that the mainstream media won't address. Our goal is to make the connections on the important stories. Lastly, please share this film with any other WNBA fans you think should know about the true struggle being waged for the league's future. The only way to hear the entire tale is to carry on the conversation.